Good afternoon. My name is Marshall D'Ambrosio, owner of the Legion Bowl and Billiards and the Pub on Park in Cranston, Rhode Island. First and foremost, I want to thank you very much for affording me the opportunity to apply for the funding for my organization. And I want to congratulate you for helping out small businesses like myself across the country. It's greatly appreciated, and hopefully my application will be considered. A little bit about myself. I'm third generation here in Rhode Island. I'm 65 years old. Started the Pub on Park back in 1977 out of college. We had a bowling center here that was started by my grandfather in 1948 at this particular location. So essentially, we've been operating at this location for over 75 years. Our original bowling center was located in Cranston, built in the 30s. So in essence, my family's been operating in the city of Cranston, Rhode Island since 1930 successfully, and we're still here. So the purpose of my conversation with you is twofold. You wanted me to describe my operation and my business. I'll break it down for you succinctly by the business. Pub on Park was basically started in 2014, a reincarnation of my original business, which was called the Legion Pub. Essentially, the Legion Pub for over 30 years was a pub adjacent to a bowling center that serviced the bowling center for many years. Now we've morphed into something entirely different. I became an entertainment destination. I expanded my operation in the pub, now have seating capacity of 160, and I'm doing entertainment 7 days a week. Each particular day of the week would be a completely different genre. So I'm not going after a pub crowd. I'm not going after anybody looking to come into my establishment on a whim. I targeted the business to specific genres of entertainment, knowing people would seek out that genre specifically on a particular night. And what I've realized, I have no competition. I basically created a niche market in Rhode Island for different types of entertainment on specific days of the week. A few people try to replicate what I'm doing and have not been successful. It's working, and unfortunately with COVID really put me back on my heels, along with every other business in the country. However, what it has done for me has been also beneficial. I've cut my expenses down to nothing, cut down my menu. Basically, the very expensive bands that I had playing here, I'm looking at the second tier bands that are equally eager to play because there's no place to play. So again, it's working for my benefit because I made my business model COVID, I don't want to say COVID proof, but COVID taught me a lot about expenses. You take a lot for granted with volume. You can't see the forest from the trees. Well, my nose is up against the tree right now, and I see where I streamline my operation. The bowling center is a completely different animal. I have 16 bowling lanes there that are duckpin. There are probably 30 duckpin centers left in the United States. I also have a very successful arcade and a very successful billiard area. COVID taught me a lot about the bowling business. With social distancing, I can only use 8 lanes. So I'm very, very limited to what I can do there. So hopefully people for bowling parties will come back, corporate parties will come back. There's going to be less places for people to go out to on weekends with their families. I hope the trend will be into an establishment like mine. We're very, very family friendly. In addition to the bowling business, we got a great food reputation. We serve a lot of burgers and a lot of pizzas, very, very reasonably priced, so a family of 4 can come out here and enjoy themselves without, killing the bank. That's our reputation. That's what we're known for, and I want to build upon that. You asked for what the sources of funds that I'm seeking are going to be used for. I had to think long and hard about that, realizing there are many, many businesses applying for the funds for your organization, and for a lot of people probably in a lot more need than I am for the funding. So I broke it down very succinctly. I spend about $5,000 a month in city taxes. That's a constant. That's something I'm looking to basically short term to help me get over the hump with. Secondly, I spend about $1,500 a month on liability and liquor license insurance. That's another constant that I want to basically see if you're good enough to take care of. In round numbers, the balance of the funding I'm looking for, let's say it's $10,000 a month. With those two numbers combined, $3,500 a month. I would very much to see if I could replenish my line of credit to get me back to square one before COVID and start moving forward again. My other expenses I can handle with my current cash flow at 50% capacity. So the number I'm looking at is $10,000 per month, which can be, substantiated upon request. There are no secrets here. If that funding does come through for me, I have 3 things that I'm looking to do. I'm going to skip the part 2 first. Second part is, and you'll see this with the video, I have presently 16 bowling lanes. 3 lanes are not in use right now for a total of 19. I plan to remove lanes 11 through 19. What I've learned a lot about COVID is social distancing and capacity, how to build a better mousetrap. From lanes 11 through 16, which you'll see in the video, I'm looking to put a stage in. You'll also see an area that used to be a redemption center for my redemption games, which is all set and ready to go as a service bar. So what I'm looking to do is to put a stage in the bowling center, live music, Friday and Saturday night, upgrade my remaining 10 lanes, make it exclusive for people who want to come out and party as a family or party as couples on bowling lanes, listening to live music, putting a service bar in the bowling center. So the bowling center would be the hub of entertainment for Friday and Saturday nights, and the current pub side will be the quiet area. You want something to eat, you want something to drink, you sit in the quiet area. All the insanity is going to be next door, contained. Friday and Saturday only. There is no other establishment in Rhode Island quite configured like myself. I have 2 things going for me. Number 1, I have all the licenses. There's no more licenses to acquire. During what I referred to as a zombie apocalypse last summer, I did contact the Cranston Fire Department, had them come in here and say, if I want to bring entertainment into my bowling center, what do I have to do? They were here for 1 hour. They said, well, you got all the permits, you got all the licenses, you got all the sprinklers, you're all set to go. There's nothing I have to do except put a stage in, cover my lanes, redo my restrooms. We're done. This can happen. It's not going to take a lot of funding to do this. I feel as though I can do this out of cash flow with your help. Secondly, I have an acre of parking. No one in the city of Cranston right now, presently, outside of big box stores and supermarkets, have an acre of parking. I have it. That's something you can't replicate. That's something that can't be taken away. That's something no one can complain about. Parking. I have it all. So all the licenses, fully up the fire code, all the parking, this will be a success. I plan to hire an agent, bringing in possibly 2nd tier entertainment up and down the coast for special events. There is a casino in Rhode Island called Twin River. A lot of bands have asked to play into my establishment, but I can't. They're charging anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. I can't generate that kind of revenue with seating of 160. However, the capacity next door will be approximately 300. Even with COVID social distancing, I think we space it out on a CAD system of about 180. It could work. So 2nd tier, large national acts, also bringing in new acts into the bowling center, 300 person seating, it will work. It will work very, very well. To tie this whole thing together, the operations and look as follows. I'll have 10 duckpin bowling lanes, lanes 1 through 10. We'll modernize those to some degree. We'll have a stage area for entertainment that took up on the space of lanes 11 through 16. Lanes 17 through 19 will be, hopefully, axe throwing. Next to that is our arcade, which you'll see in the video, and adjacent to that is a large regulation size billiard room. So I will be the consummate entertainment complex with entertainment 7 days a week in various locations in my building with a good pub fare, family fare style food menu, burgers, pizzas, wraps, salads, all types of appetizers. This will be a consummate destination in Rhode Island when I'm done with it.